Alright, finally getting around to doing some work on the Suzuki GS550. This is 1977, the first year of this bike. The problem is my gas tank got some rust in it. That's not good. I'm gonna pull out the computer. Let's take a closer look at what that tank looks like down inside there. Hold on a minute. Alright. Don't know if you can see the screen or not. It doesn't matter. I'm going to record what we see and I'll show it to you in a separate video. Turn the lights on. There we go. So we're seeing a lot of rust. Get deeper into the tank a little bit. Well, it's not completely rusted through anywhere, I don't think. But there's plenty of rust in this tank. It bothers me. So, at any rate, we're going to take this tank off. We're going to do some POR15 on it. And stop it from rusting anymore. So, well, that video probably isn't going to turn out real well. So, needs to be done. So, let's get to it. So, to take this gas tank off of this bike, it's pretty simple. One bolt right here, which I've already taken out, and the fuel line is all there is to it. I'm going to work on this towel here so I don't scratch my paint job. Alright. So the tank just lifts up, you pull it back. At this point, you can tip it and disconnect the fuel lines from the other side, which I've already done. So the tank came off. Now you have to remove the fuel pickup. So this is the fuel petcock that goes on there like that. Just two bolts, easy to take off, no problem. So I need to seal this hole in order to cream. I have this old gasket from the old petcock. I'm going to put that guy on there. It just cut me this is a paint stick. I just use that and put the bolts back into it. That should keep the fluid in there long enough to do what I need it to do. Alright, that should hold fluid. I'm going to take this cover off here because it's going to be a pain in the ass otherwise. Looks like that's a couple of 8mm. Alright. Alright, keep that in a safe place. Alright. Now put the screws back in here or it'll leak out of the screw holes. Okay. That should work. Now, let's see what POR15 says I'm supposed to do. Okay, cleaner degreaser. Metal prep. Miracle fluid. I'll give you a little towel. Not sure why. A little brush. Don't know why either. And the directions. Since I've done this 2 or 3 times before, I don't think I'm going to read the directions. So I do know you need to start with the degreaser. Let me give you a wider shot here, because I'm actually working on 2 tanks here. Alright. This tank is just primered. And is very rusty inside. Alright. I'm going to start with the degreaser. This one just has tape covering the hole. It might not leak. Shake it up.
Well, how did it burn it out, huh?
I guess I do have to read the directions. I think I'm supposed to mix this with water. Alright, you go ahead and read the directions real quick. Tell me what I should do. What, you ain't gonna pause? After reading the directions, says take 1 quart of the cleaner degreaser and dump her in the tank. Of course. Alright, then it says add a quart of warm water. I'm sure you can't see what I'm doing over here. Alright, a little bit of warm water. They say not hot water. Oh no. Beautiful. Now I need to slosh this around for at least 30 minutes, they say. Alright, that's fine. On this tank over here, I am going to do something different. I'm going to use rust remover. This rust remover, I think I got it at Menards. And it says results in 15 minutes. I know this stuff works great. This tank is severely rusted, so I'm going to give it the best chance by doing rust remover first. And then I'm going to pour this into there to rinse it all out. So that's the plan. Let's see how it goes. Do the whole gallon? Sure. Because you can reuse this rust reformer. I usually run it through a coffee filter and pour it right back into the gallon jug here. I should probably see if I'm leaking. Alright. Sweet. Alright, I could dump another gallon right in there. Fill it all the way up. Oh, I do leak. Dang. So I just took some painter's tape, put it on top of here. And we're gonna just rotate this tank. I'll let that stuff do its work. Still have a little leak down here by the petcock though. Ain't it? Alright. This one here. Alright, my little sealer is working. Go ahead and work this degreaser around in this tank. Well, you get the idea. Whole lot of shaking going on here. Alright, been at it for about 25 minutes. The directions say to keep shaking them, which I've been doing every I haven't stood here constantly shaking it. Just come in here, shake it for about a minute, and then I'm letting it rest. Then I shake this one for about a minute. Now this is, of course, the rust remover inside here. I had to add a hose with a couple of clamps and a spark plug because my petcock kept leaking. So it's still leaking. At least this one I don't have to worry about the paint job on it. Just let it sit like that. Put it on this bucket here in case it decides to leak really bad. Yeah, so about halfway done with the degreasing part of things. I know this is boring, but I'll bring you back. Alright, so I just added another 3/4 of a gallon to this tank here of the rust reformer. So I'm going to let that rust reformer sit in that tank overnight. See if we can pour this back in here. Because again, I want to use it on the other tank. Oh, great. Now I gotta go pee. Alright. Directions say to rinse it out with warm water. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just hit it with the hose. Alright. Got it all rinsed out. The directions say it doesn't have to need to be dry to proceed on to the next step. Alright. Now, like I say, I should use, this is the degreaser. Pardon my reach. The metal prep. So it's just to pour this in there, swash it around for half an hour. Then I have to drain and dry the tank thoroughly. Alright. So a whole lot of shaking going on here. So the directions say the metal prep, you need to let it sit in every position for at least 30 minutes. So that's what I'm going to do. Let it sit every position for 30 minutes. Alright, I'm all done with the metal prep. I'm going to take my screws out, dump it back in the bucket, because I plan on using the metal prep on the other gas tank. Now, the other gas tank is currently soaking with the rust reformer. Oh, that was convenient. With the rust remover. And I'm going to let that sit overnight. It's pretty bad. So I'm still going to use the metal prep on that tank after the rust remover is done. So it's chemically compatible with the fuel tank sealer. Now I've been shaking this can up every chance I get, because I know this stuff does not mix well. So okay, let's dump this out of here. I'm actually going to run it through a paint filter. Catch whatever chunks might come out of that thing. And since the other tank is so small, I'm not worried about it. Alright. Okay, so the directions say to not get this stuff on your paint. And if you do, wipe it off right away. The hell. No. Son of a bitch. Got myself a little scratch on my tank. Well, I could tell you the rust looks a lot better. Let me see if I can give you a little bit of a look see in here. So that definitely looks better. So good. The next, see, I got that scratch right there. Come on. Anyways, so we got a little bit of scum in the bottom of the funnel here. So, good. I think I'll be able to use that metal prep one more time. Pleased with that. I have to dry it out. To do that, we're simply going to take my heat gun. Looks like 430 degrees is my lowest temperature setting. I'm afraid of overheating the tank and causing a a paint blister or something. What I found out from doing this on other tanks was this part takes a lot longer than you think it will. The tank is warm to the touch all the way around. I was heating it for about 10 minutes. And it's getting kind of hot up here at the top. I'm worried about hurting the paint. So I'm going to let it all cool off. And hit it again. Just got to take your time, be patient with it. No reason to ruin your paint job. It's about as warm as it gets on a hot summer day. So, yeah. Alright, gonna blow some dry compressed air. Alright, come and take a look. Definitely took care of the rust in the tank. So I'm happy with that. It's supposed to rain tonight or tomorrow morning, so I'm concerned about flash rusting. So I'm going to give it another blow with the heat gun. Alright, I've been shaking this can of POR15 fuel tank sealer for the last 3 hours. So far this is hour number 3 of this project. It's one of them things that you just gotta take your time. Let's see what we have here. I know for a fact I need 1/3 of this can to do the other tank. So I would like to finish this tank with half a can left, which I think is doable. I think I've run into this before with this product, cans being hard to open. Give me something to pry on. There we go. Awesome. See, it's fairly well. Seriously? Battery on my phone is dying. So I'm going to do this real quick. I got 5%. I'll simply dump it in here. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Awesome. The cover back onto that. And I'm going to swish it around, which you're probably not going to get to watch me do because my battery's probably going to die. Alright, so I got the POR15 treatment finished here. Let's see if we can get a look inside there somehow. I think that looks a hell of a lot better. Now you can see right there on the lip. It's kind of spotty, but it's kind of hard to get the fluid to flow there. But down inside the tank there, I'd say that turned out pretty good. This will make a total of 5 tanks that I've used the system on. And I have not had any issues with any of the other tanks in the last 3 years. So this spot right here, if it would focus now, there's some spot right on the inside lip here that just isn't quite covered. That's okay, not worried about it. So I currently have it just dripping down through. What I have to do is clean this mess up underneath here. So I'm gonna go take care of that right away. Once this stuff dries, there's no going back to clean it. So, alright. Gonna go. I'll let that dry for 4 days. Meanwhile, this tank here is currently doing the metal prep. And I'm just about to empty it. I'm trying to show you how it's looking coming out, and I'm spilling all over the place. So this tank had a whole bunch of rust in it. So, let's take a look at what this one did. Remember, I used the rust remover on this tank first. Here we go. So I think it did a pretty good job of cleaning out the rust. So what I'm going to do is dry this thing out, put the rest of what's in that can in here. It's currently 5 minutes after 1 at night. So that's kind of a bummer. I'm going to blow it out. Problem is this can's a little more than half gone, and it's sealing the top onto the can as we speak. I need to use this. I need to get this in the tank as soon as I can. Nice about this tank is that's just a self-etching primer, so I don't mind messing it up a little bit. Alright, tank is nice and warm, probably, hot. Probably a good 110 degrees in there, or more, enough to burn you. I'm going to blow it out. Rotate you around here a little bit. Alright. I dried it out with this for 4 or 5 minutes. Then I blew compressed air in there, cooled it all off. Dried it with this for 4 or 5 minutes. Then blew it cold compressed air in there and did it a third time. It's the same thing I did on this tank. I think it'll be fine. So now I'm going to see if I can get this to pour in there, and hopefully it still works. Hopefully there's enough in here and it's still liquid for me to do what I want to do. Oh yeah. Oh, it's thick. Well, see how that goes. So I'm gonna actually take this in the house, sit on my couch, and twirl this around for the next half an hour to an hour. So I'll bring you back. I've been rolling this tank around for the last hour, and I think it did okay. Let's take a look in here. It looks like I got some coverage. So that seems to be a lot better than what it used to be, which was solid rust. I can definitely see some down in the hole. Well, you can't see it. But if you look down in there, if we were able to, you could see that it did cover the inside of that hole. It just didn't drip out like I would like it to. So, good to go. Call it a win. And call it a day. Subscribe, make a comment, ring the bell, thumbs up, thumbs down, let me know what you think. POR15. Very hard to do 2 tanks with one little kit. Just because of the time it takes to do them. So, alright, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.